Okay, guys, welcome to the quarterly meeting of Ella's Way. This is our quarterly March meeting. Yay for spring. Thanks to everybody that can come. We got a pretty hefty agenda tonight, and there may be a few more popping on, but we'll go ahead and get started. So let's start up. Well, as you guys already know, we're still down south. We're going to be leaving in next week, so we want to be home by like the 5th or the 6th of April. So as soon as we get home, we're going to resume the book donation packages. So obviously haven't done any. We did a couple right before we left. And Kat, thank you for delivering one of the packages. I sent it to Kat's house and she delivered it personally to the school. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. And we have 3 of them coming up. Julie Anastas, one of our authors who lives in New Hampshire, recommended 3 local schools around her. So we'll start off with those when we get back, and then we'll just jump into some other recommendations after that, but we'll get those going and maybe we can do all 3 in April, if not 2 in April and 1 in early May, but we'll try to get those right off the bat. So that's it for when we're resuming everything back in full swing. It's been a little hard to try to do any work down here. It's like sleep, eat, watch TV, go for a walk, sleep, eat.
Yeah,
it's been kind of crazy, but so we'll get back into the full swing of things in early April. And then I'm going to turn it over to Dave. We have a little bit of good news.
Yeah, well, in the categories of grants, we got a $500 grant from Vanguard.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is always nice. Money is good. So what we're going to do is come right back, and we're going to use it to buy more books from you folks that we're low on inventory. So we're going to try to, when we get back, level it out. If someone's, if we get a full inventory from somebody else, as you know, it's kind of random. We always catch everybody up and make it level. But for the people that we're running low on, we'll be ordering books from those folks to do that. The Walmart, we talked about the Walmart grants.
Mm-hmm.
The Walmart grant cycle is going to be opening back up March 1st. Yeah. Okay. So with that, what we figured out as we go through things and say, okay, what works, what doesn't work. We're going to, if anyone is going to be applying for a Walmart grant, utilizing Ella's Way, we're trying to make it more targeted and specific to a particular area or a cause. I think it has a little bit more bite to it versus just saying, let's say, the schools in whatever town. I don't know, pick a town, but the schools in Myrtle Beach. If you come something a little bit more specific, and hopefully it tugs on the heartstrings because it's decided by the individual managers of those Walmarts. And so we've come to find out that if there's more specificity behind it, then I think it lends itself a little bit more legitimacy, and that we actually know what we want to do with those funds. There's different examples like foster care programs,
autism,
disability camps, still obviously situations where it's kid focused, child focused, and something that, again, it's going to resonate with those individual Walmart managers, EMS services, anything like I said, we're just kind of learning that with certain people and certain else doing some research. We've realized that I think they like the fact that it brings it. It's like they know what they want, and so we want to help them do that. So yeah. When you look at that, keep that kind of in your mind as to if there's a particular local service in that area that you think that could use the funds, whatever the case, then we'll apply to be able to then in turn give those funds back.
Yeah. Okay. So the way that the Walmart grant works is that you actually go online and you can pick a state and a town that has a Walmart in it. and then you apply to that individual Walmart store, and you can put in for, I think the lowest is $200, and it maybe goes up to $1,000, and you tell them what you want to use the funds for. So, and then the manager takes all of those applications that they get at that particular Walmart, and they say, gee, I like this cause. We're going to give them 1,000, and we're going to give 5 of them $200, and they'll pick which 5 they want. And we just found that you can do 25 applications in a 3-month period. And we did put in for 25 of them the last time we did it. We only got 1. And if you only get 1 out of 25, you got to revamp it. Something's going on.
Mhm.
But we have a friend who, Joe Costanzo, who owns the Warrior Family Books for the newborn intensive care units. He is getting 200, 200, 200, he's getting them all over the place. And we realized when talking to him, you have got to tug at the heartstrings of that individual manager to be able to get that grant. So we'll be looking at places and say, gee, we Camp Starfish is for kids with terminal illness in Maine. And we want to be able to donate to those children in Maine for comfort and things like that. So that might tug at the heartstrings more than saying we'd like to donate books to a school in Maine, in Brunswick, Maine, or something like that. So that's kind of the thought behind what Dave was talking about. We're going to make it a little more, I don't know the word, emotional,
Yeah.
a little emotional review. So that's what we're going to try to do this time.
Targeted, kind of a target.
Targeted, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I'm sure that Joe might be attaching pictures of his son Anthony, who was only, 1.5 pounds when he was born. And, I'm sure that a manager looks at that and says, oh, wow, this is really important. So we want to do something like that. So that's it from a grant standpoint.
Okay.
Well, then swing over to the fundraising piece from restaurants fundraising. Maggie had lined one up. And I think it's coming up in May, I think, Maggie, isn't it?
No?
No, it's like in October. They book really far in advance.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's at Flatbreads in Amesbury. And it's kind of cool. They give you can sell your wares there as well. So I'll be there, and then hopefully one of you guys will be there.
We'll be there.
And then so you can sell your wares, and then they donate like $1 for every small pizza and $2 for every large pizza from like 5 to 9, and that's eat in or takeout, doesn't matter what it is. I did a charity fundraiser there for something related to the schools back when my kids were in it, and we raised like, I don't know, $600 or something.
Wow.
It was
Awesome.
it was a good deal. So the more everybody shares it and stuff, the better. So, but that's not until October.
All
Okay.
right. I'm
Oh,
off on that. I got bogus information on the exact month, so.
Guilty.
But I will tell you this, though, that again, for everybody on here about the restaurants, there are, it's like anything else. Some of them work and some of them don't work so swimmingly. And then I think Kat ran into a little bit of a hiccup with hers. And hopefully, Kat, you can speak a little bit about it. But why don't you go ahead and explain that there. And I think I mentioned this in a few meetings ago. Some of them do it differently, and then they want you to come. I remember I went to the local 99, and they gave us like material to then give to our people, our friends, and anybody. So it was only the people that we could give the material to that then would show up, and those are the only diners that would end up getting funds back from that or discounts percentage off of those meals. So I think Kat ran into a similar scenario with that. And I just wanted to talk about it just so when you're out there talking to restaurants that they all, there's some
You're freezing
similarities,
up a
but then
little
there's
bit.
also a little hitch here or a little, or a little twist there. Maybe it's the straight alcohol I'm drinking.
Not thinking.
Right, I don't know. But
Well, I don't know if I'll be much better.
Yeah.
I'm on Benadryl because I found out the hard way we have poison ivy in our yard.
Oh, nice.
I saw your picture, Kat, dressed up like you're and doing the moonwalk or something.
Yes, yes, I am protected from head to toe now that I know it's there. But yeah, I would say I was very disappointed in the experience. I was holding out hope that at the end I would find out that we were able to raise at least some money for Ella's Way through Texas Roadhouse. But you're right.
What
I
happened?
had to give the fundraising information to anyone and everyone I could. And not only did they have to know about it, they had to bring the physical flyer
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh
into
boy.
the restaurant. And I know for a fact my husband brought the flyer, but they have no record of his check. So not only did they have to bring it,
Yeah.
the waiters and waitresses had to know what to do with it. And it
Awesome.
seemed
Oh
like
boy.
some slipped through the cracks, so to
Oh,
speak.
that's
So, needless to say, I will not be partnering with Texas Roadhouse in the future. I'll be looking for other opportunities to fundraise for Ella's Way with other restaurants in the area.
Yeah, well, that's good to know because we have a Texas Roadhouse as well,
Mhm.
and we're thinking if it did really well, maybe we could contact the one near us. But
Yes, that's
if
true.
they're going to be so
Yeah.
specific about it, and yeah, that's a setup to fail.
Yeah, I even tried to have it on a QR code to take
Yeah.
people to my
I
website. So
apologize.
even if they're going by, they could bring it up on their phone. But no one really stopped by on the way in. Everyone was stopping by on the way out.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
That's too
So I
bad.
wonder if they all corporately work the same, or that particular manager was lazy and they did it. They all work the same with they have to have the physical thing to bring back and all that.
I'm not sure, but
Well, just
Yeah.
it seems like it is on their website. So I would
Okay.
think it's a corporate thing.
We have a local one. I'll look into it too, and then tell. And I don't have a problem saying, that's kind of lame.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then last
go
but
ahead.
not least, the lady who was in charge of like communicating the fundraising, how much we raised and all that, she dodged me for what, 3-4 months?
Mhm.
Wow.
Would not answer my phone calls, would not answer my emails, would not answer my texts because she simply didn't want to give me the bad news.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
not going with them again.
No.
Don't blame
Well,
you.
Melody just asked if we'd done, hi Melody, if we had done one with, have we considered Chick-fil-A?
No,
And
no,
no,
I
we-
didn't.
Okay,
I
that
didn't
was,
ask that one.
I'm
Is that
sorry, that was
Stanetta?
Stanetta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stanetta, sorry. It came
Okay,
through
that
on
was
the chat. I
Stanetta.
missed it. All right,
Okay,
Stanetta.
that's okay.
I
The
saw it,
reason,
Stanetta.
hi, that's okay. The reason why I asked for Chick-fil-A, I did a book read in February at Chick-fil-A. And
Oh.
and so I had an opportunity to pick the manager's brain while I was there. So Chick-fil-A's, all of them are franchise.
Yeah.
Each and every one of them are franchise. But part of Chick-fil-A's mission is they have to do something for the community.
Mhm.
Every Chick-fil-A, franchise or not, they have to do something for the community. Well, every Chick-fil-A's picks whatever community thing they want to do. The one that I did the book reading at was they pick a theme each month. And whatever that theme is, that's where they reach out for their community. So February was Black History Month. So when I did my book reading, they got a primarily Black school. And they came in and they did the fundraiser while I did the book read, which was good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which was good for me. And so I was able to observe while I was there with the school because they had the kids there and they promoted and they did where they bought so much and whatever food you bought, then so much went to the store, and went to the school and things like that. And so that may be an option,
Okay.
because they have to, she said they have to, each one has to do something as it relates to the community.
Okay.
Wonderful.
We have one of those near us. I'll hit them up.
We do?
Yeah,
We
Methuen.
do?
We have yeah,
Oh,
Methuen.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Near the loop.
Okay. Oh, that's a good lead. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Yeah.
much.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
And Lauren, you and John did one. Did you do one with Jersey Mike's?
We tried, yeah, we kind of did. Well, that's because we were working with Flutie, the
The
Flutie
foundation? Okay.
Foundation.
Okay.
But John and I had done Fuddruckers when
Okay.
he was younger, and then we did the yogurt shop for our first book launch, and then we did Man's
The
too.
Okay.
Orchard?
Yeah, but
Okay.
that wasn't it, it wasn't really a fundraiser, but
Okay.
because we knew Bill Fitzgerald well, he pretty much, gave us drinks, cookies. So
Okay.
that was actually really nice. And that was the time I was able to pull a front page for John in the Eagle Tribune. And we had a
Okay.
lot of people that
That's
saw it
right.
and specifically came out because of the article and said they wanted to meet him because he was still,
Yeah.
19.
I think we were there, Dave, weren't we? I think we
I
were
think
there.
you were.
We were definitely there.
Okay, that's great. Well, fundraising full steam ahead. We'll try Chick-fil-A as well. So thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
that's good. I was just gonna say, what about Target? I remember when we did CPAC, they're another one too that, it's not a restaurant, but same thing. They like to give back to the community. And they
Ah,
do a
don't know.
lot of adaptive clothes now. So that
All right,
might,
that's a thought. Okay.
yeah, that
Target.
might be and there's so many of them.
Yeah, just like Walmart. Maybe they have a quarterly giving program of some kind as well.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Very good. Okay, then we're on to, let's see, any authors with new books. Make sure that if you guys have any new books that are related to the mission of Ella's Way, and you would like that to be added to your authors page with a link to wherever you sell it, make sure you get that information to me. I think I've got all of Vanessa's now. Kat's updated me with hers. So if anybody else has any, oh, Jeff, you had a new one as well. So we've had several ones out there. So if you do, make sure you let me know and we can put them on the website. Let me see. Is Robin still here? Robin's here, right? Yeah. So Robin, we got yours on, right? Your fourth one is on.
Oh, that's awesome, Robin.
Okay, so Robin's got her fourth on there. So from a budget standpoint, we can put as many books that are related to the Ella's theme on your author's page. There's no limit to that. If you've got 6 or 7 books out there and you want to put them all on your page and in our bookstore, we can do that with a link to wherever you sell it to. But for the book donation program, I mentioned this last time, we only have a budget to be able to order 3 titles from the author. So if you've got 4 books, just pick whatever 3 you would like in the book donation program. I think, Robin, you switched one of yours out, right? To the first or the prequel book, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she picked her top 3. So if anybody has more than 3 books, just make sure you get it to me. We can put it in the store and then just pick whichever ones you want to be included in the book donation program. And this is a good time to do it since we do have a little bit of money now coming that just came in from Vanguard that we can purchase that book, as well from you guys. So
Okay.
just let us know. And then also we do that. If you do have a new book, I'll try to get it on social media. We'll make sure that it gets in the newsletter. The last newsletter that we sent out did include new books. If I missed it, let me know and we'll make sure that it gets in an upcoming newsletter. But I try to highlight, any of the activities. So speaking of which, the new newsletter, I sent an email out a few days ago. That will be coming out at the end of March. If you have a new book, make sure you get me that information. If you have any activities coming up over the next couple of months and you want it included in the newsletter, and you have a flyer, I think Ralph sent me a flyer. Some of you have sent me flyers already. Just make sure that you get that to me and we'll include that in the newsletter and we'll put it on our social media to get you some exposure there, as well. be first to admit it's not a huge marketing campaign for you, but at least it's another word of mouth out there. We'll put it to all of our followers. And if there's anybody in your area that's interested in going, at least it puts it in front of them if they're one of our followers. So, and if you aren't following us on social media, please do, because we'll try to, do as much for you guys as we can, mention you, tag you on things, put up your new books, put up any activities, things like that. So between the newsletter and the social media, we just try to get as much publicity out there for you as we possibly can. So any book signings, school visits, any articles. If you did something last month, I know Stanetta, you just mentioned the Black History Month, which you sent to me, and I think you sent me a link for that as well. And Kat, you did. You had a nice article. There's a nice article or the video that came out. Even though those happened in the past, it's still news. Previous events. We'll make sure that we get that in the upcoming newsletter as well. But anything coming up, Maggie's right. I'm terrible with the with the chat piece of this. I'm the first to admit I don't multitask on Zoom very well at all.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. This is Stanetta. So when you're saying articles, I actually wrote it. So I'm gonna say it carries out through the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I was hired to write a series of stories regarding Route 66 because they're celebrating their 100-year anniversary.
Okay.
And so it's broken down into 8 months, 8 weeks, however a paper decides to run it.
Okay.
Now, how would I submit that to you? Because it's not all one thing.
Is there a link to the paper or previous articles or anything that we could put your picture and say, Ellerslie author Stanetta Anthony is doing this, and we could send a link and add a link to it?
Well, because it's newspaper generated.
Okay.
For newspapers, I don't have a picture. I just have my name on it, So
Can you take a picture of it in the newspaper? Or is it too long?
I could take a picture of it. I could take a picture of it and show you which newspaper it launched at.
Yeah. Anything like that we could add to it. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be probably as real clear, as something else, but at least it's highlighting something that you're doing.
Yeah.
A little something is better than nothing. And, we want to give you your props.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get it to us. Good.
Okay.
So on social media, if you go on Facebook, let's just look up Ella's Way. We're there. You can also, there's a link on our website for all of our social media too. And so Facebook is Ella's Way and Instagram is Ella's Way Inc., INC, all one word. So if you're not following us, just try to, because you may see some marketing that we're doing for you, and then you can share it, as well. And speaking of which, if I send something to you, updates, or you see something on social media that you like, feel free to share it. That's where we're putting it out there so that all of you can share any information that you want to share. So feel free. And speaking of which, we do have a very, very small YouTube channel. I think it's called Ella's Way Authors Corner. It's very small. I might only have 6 or 7 videos on it. I'm not very good at it, but I'm still trying to grow it out. If you have any videos, like Ralph, you've got a couple videos and things, or probably a few videos. If you guys have any videos of you reading a story or doing a presentation, or maybe somebody else even reading your story, and you have that video, if you send it to me, we'll put that on our YouTube channel. Or if it's already on YouTube, if you just send us the link, then we'll collaborate with it and make sure that it just crosses over to our channel as well to give you the exposure. So, we'd like to build it up a little bit, and then when something comes over in YouTube, then we can, share that with social media as well. It's small, but it's still a little bit of something. So does anybody else do you have any videos? Kat, you have a video, right, of something? Oh, no, that was for advertising for us, I think that you did.
Yeah, that was a Newport News
Oh,
public
yeah.
video.
Yeah, so that one we'll put on.
Yeah. I don't think I have any other video yet, but I plan on going back and reading to the Deer Park Elementary again so I can see if I can get another video. Not
Okay,
a professional one like we got, but just a camera
right.
one.
And that was a YouTube video, right? They shared it on YouTube.
They
So we can
did.
just link to it. Okay, good.
I
Um,
have a video of me reading my book.
Perfect.
There's also a video that at the moment I'm having a senior moment, but I think I told everyone about this particular YouTube place that will take your book. If you give them permission, they will take your book and they animate it to a certain
Oh.
degree. It's partially, and that is on their YouTube channel. But I may be able to send you a link. If I can
Yeah.
remember their name, I will look back.
Oh,
I can
great.
send you their name, and that might be even better than me reading the book, I think. I think it's definitely more professional. So
Great.
that's
Yeah, perfect.
I have a couple of
wait 1 second before you let me go.
Yeah.
I got to go back because you started to address the Walmart.
Oh, I did. Yeah. You mentioned Walmart in the chat that I missed.
Yes, the Walmart. I talked to you about the fact that I had spoken to branches
Mm-hmm.
and I gave you the manager's information. And
Yes.
you told me that Walmart isn't going to open it until April. And it made it sound, I thought that this was something you wanted to follow through with as opposed to
Yeah.
me doing it. So
Yeah.
branches is literally next door to Walmart. So they're intimately aware and probably, there's probably ways they do support them. But if we can get them to do it through the Ella's Way by giving you the money, because the manager would love it. She'd love to get a book donation that she can share with the shelters and the hospitals that they deal with.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saved that information, Melanie,
hope so.
knowing that grant cycle had closed already
Right.
and the new
You said
one
when you came
hadn't
back.
opened yet. Yeah.
so you're going to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, okay.
And I'll follow up with you if I need any more information.
All right.
I think I highlighted it, red
Okay.
flagged it to save for when we get back.
Good. All right. Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being dependent on to do something that I
No,
wasn't
no,
doing.
Oh,
no,
No,
we
thank
have
you,
to do it
Melody.
because you have to give them your banking information and everything.
Right.
So, yeah,
Okay.
so we can do that.
All right. Excellent.
Ralph?
I wanted to say something about I have a couple of videos that I did with the local cable television network, and they came out very well. They do editing, and that's something I could suggest to other authors. If there's a local cable television station in your area, and you suggest that I would like to do a reading of my book and put it on YouTube. They always put it on YouTube, and they also share videos with other cable stations throughout the country. There's like a network. So sometimes you can get your local video put on somewhere else in the country, and doesn't cost any money. They do it for free. And a lot of times, they can put background music. So you're basically reading your book, and they put in, like I said, with mine, they put in sounds of the sea and so forth, and music that I've written. So it's just a possible outlet to get more videos if you're interested.
That's a great idea.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ralph, tell them about your newest endeavor, what you're working on right now. I think that's so cool. And thank you for including me in the pre-reading of it.
All right. I've been writing a musical. I actually finished writing the musical and the music for it, and in the recording studio, and uh, working with an assistant to approach different theater groups and schools. We've approached 125, and we actually got two high schools that are interested. And I have a meeting Wednesday with East Boston High School because the stories take place in Revere, Mass,
Mhm.
adjacent to East Boston and Revere. And the other school is Revere, but they haven't followed up on a phone call. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I hope you will keep your fingers crossed too, that I
Yeah.
might be able to get an agreement with them to put on the musical Seymour the Seagull. And it probably would be in spring of 2027.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm not charging them
That'd
for
be
the script.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I would work with the students too. And I just want to get it out there and I want to
Yeah.
get it videotaped. That's all I'm asking. And maybe
Yeah.
sell stuff in the lobby. And I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for our new
You're
author.
scratching
So
the surface.
yeah,
What's
so
that?
Ralph's first book is Seymour the Seagull, and this is a musical adaptation. I just think that's wonderful, and was so fun to read. Ralph, it was
Oh,
really
thank
good.
you.
I can't wait to hear the music that goes with it.
Oh, you can get it on, I can send you a CD. I'll send you a CD, but you can get it on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music.
Is this? It's from the CD that you
Yeah,
have out right now.
the
Oh, I have
Seymour.
it.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
then
so
you
it's
got
the
it.
same music. Oh, fun.
That's the music.
Okay,
Yeah.
how fun! Congratulations.
Yeah, well, let's wait until like Wednesday afternoon.
But still, you got bites from two schools, so to do a
Yeah, but
musical,
I'm
or
telling you, it's like trying to get readings. So many places do not respond.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then if they respond like they're interested, then they ghost you. You never hear from them again. So that's like you got to have like a second skin
yeah.
because it's like really hard
Yeah, yeah, but you did it. That's awesome.
so far.
Well, you put
Well,
yourself out there, so that's good for you.
Thank you.
Ralph, I just wanted to say something. John and I had been dealing with a theater group in Fall River, and there's a lot
Hmm.
of special needs children
Yeah,
attached to that, and they've won a lot of awards. If you want, I can send you the info.
yeah. Would you
Yeah,
please?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I will.
thanks.
that's awesome. See, look at the connections. I love it.
That's it.
I wanted to say one more thing about grant writing. I don't
Yeah.
know, it could be off the wall, but maybe not. Different states, have these cultural councils, and they work through the local communities. And I've gotten like three different grants at different times. You can get up to about $800, $900. So if you approach your local cultural council, and I don't know about all the different states. I know in Massachusetts they have this. And if you put on some kind of event, say you put on like a collaborative of different authors who are going to do book reading in the town that you're applying to, you
Mhm.
could have a good chance of, getting them sending you funds. And if you say that the money is going to Ella's Way, which is going to contribute money to a group in the area, you might have a good chance.
Oh,
That was fun. Ralph did one, when that was like a year ago or maybe longer than that.
Yeah,
Dave and I went down to
3
that
years
one.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was fun. We got to hear you play. That was fun.
thanks.
Good. Had a good turnout too.
Yeah,
It was
it was.
very good. I was just looking at the Michelle was writing something on the chat, and I think Melody's answering it. So I'm with Sherry on this chat thing. This thing, you know.
I'm not good.
I'm old school. I'm just like give me a newspaper, tangible.
Yeah,
I'm a
all
little
right.
old from that category.
Dave knows me in that I don't even like texting. I do not
Yeah.
like to text at all. I don't know what it is, but I'm always hitting the wrong, I don't know, just hitting the wrong buttons and forget. With my New
You know
York,
what we can
upstate
do?
New York
Maybe
accent, it doesn't work.
maybe the next meeting we can have somebody give us a 5-minute tutorial on how to click it. I'm just afraid if I go to click on chat, I'll never get it back. So
Up to you, Dave.
yeah. So One of the things we're looking for is, Sherry and I were talking about the books that we have currently in stock and in our at our fingertips, but we could use a few more topics, some areas that we don't have. Like we used to have one, but for hearing impairment. That's when if somebody comes across people out in your social media sphere, if you see something out there that someone's got a book about, say, a hearing impairment, you can either, let them know about us or just tell me, and I'll reach out to those folks. We want, since it's all about acceptance and we're trying to raise, awareness to some of these topics. There are some that that are relevant to today and that we'd like to have. So, limb difference, we do have one, but if there's another one out there for a limb difference type story, let's see, vision impairment.
Yep.
Definitely the allergies. Allergies are a big thing. People with peanut allergies or allergies. If you come across something with allergies, because these are things that kids at that age can be excluded from things and looked at from a different perspective. And so we want to just raise awareness and make those kids in the school environment feel comfortable. I'll see if I missed any of these other ones. Let's see. Hearing, vision impairment, allergies, and Down syndrome. We don't have anything that talks about Down syndrome. But anything that you think out there that you're cognizant of our library and what our authors have. If there's something that you think that we don't, and think that it would be advantageous and be an asset to us, let us know, and we'll reach out to those folks and see if they're interested in joining, and tell them what we're all about. And we just want to have kind of an all-inclusive library, if you will, about various topics.
Yeah, definitely Down syndrome. We did have a person a while back who didn't renew with us. She had a very busy company and a child with Down syndrome herself, so she was a very busy single mom. And so she left, but she had a wonderful book on Down syndrome based on her child, a little boy with Downs. And I loved the book. We just don't have access to it anymore. So if you know any titles like that out there, you see them. I know a lot of you belong to authors groups on Facebook or Instagram, and you see books come out, people writing new books or whatever. Be sure just to refer them to us, because we very well might bring them into the collaborative if they're interested in joining us.
Yeah, I mean, we always do have. We don't have a massive turnover in the group. The people that are on this call are core people that tend to make the meetings. But there's people that don't. So we're always going to have a few that fall off. And so if they fall off after our inventory is gone, then that topic is not represented really.
Yeah.
But we don't want to have 100 people with 15 to 20 solid participants. We still want to have a real active, 30, 40 people in there that are active and working together and sharing all these tidbits to each other. So then you're not only successful with us, but you're successful individually when you go out.
Yeah, so we definitely could use a few more themes, basically, or anything that that from seeing our bookstore that we don't have, that we could use. I'm trying to think if there's any other children with any other types of illnesses and things, but I don't think. Yeah, we've got quite a few books now on bereavement, but just think of it. Think if there's anything else that you haven't seen come across in our inventory that you think we should add, and you see that on social media, be sure to send them our way.
Okay.
And speaking of participating, we had a great year last year with our book awards program. I would say that with a good amount of effort. I mean, it took a lot to pull it together. And we had a wonderful subgroup that worked with us. Thank you guys. Stanetta, Michelle, Ralph, who else? Farron, who am I forgetting? Dave, me, Stanetta, Ralph, Farron, Michelle. Almost forgot Michelle. we put it together so well, and we did a lot of marketing on it, and we had a really good, I said we had like, we expected to get maybe, well, we were thinking 40 to 50, but I was shooting high, maybe 75. We ended up with like 125 applications, and it was just phenomenal. It was a lot of work to get them all read and everything, but I really would like to do it again for 2026. It's a good source of income for us, and being able to turn around and buy books from you guys. We only charge $35, so I think that really, a lot of people felt that was something that wouldn't break their own budget for doing it. We had a lot of people first time that wrote us back after the fact, after they got their award, and told us what a wonderful experience it was for them, and how we got so much nice feedback that people were just really excited to get the stickers, the gold seals. They just love them. And the honorable mention, we even got nice letters from people who got the honorable mentions that were just so excited. And then they started sharing it on social media. So you've probably seen it out there. And it's just so great to have such an impact on especially first-time authors. So with that in mind, we had it active as of June 1st last year. So we'd like to do it again for June 1st this year, which means that we need to start the work on this as soon as we get back, probably mid-April and all of May, start the marketing up again, tweaking the website for what needs to be done. Just to make it a little clear, there were some things people weren't so clear about, so we did have a lot of people asking questions, so we'll clear that up. But if we do 125 again next year, and people have already written to me and asking, could they submit their books now? And we've had to say no, it's not going to come until, right?
There's been a lot of people inquiring about it even afterwards. So there's already people lurking in the, in the waiting wings about it.
Yeah.
And it really, like Sherry just alluded to it, the impact it had on some of these folks, maybe it was an extra push and maybe they were questioning it. The impact some of those folks felt was palpable, and they really appreciated the acknowledgement and the opportunity. So that's important. Sometimes somebody could be right at this, like, should I give up this? And then it gave them that extra push. Now, we're not going to, give somebody an award that their book is, not quality. But for other folks, it was amazing, actually. And the fact that so many people wrote about it was really uplifting, really. And the other thing is, and I think I mentioned it in the last call, but it piqued the curiosity of the head of Story Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it one time,
Twice.
And then they sent one person, and then the next time it was the actual president or of it, and asking when it was. Now, so they were kind of on a reconnaissance mission trying to figure out what was going on with Ella's Way. And the reason I think for that is because of how the marketing worked and how people were talking about us, and it was relevant, and I think it kind of put a little shake in their boots about what about what's this company, we got to get on that, find out what's going on over there.
Yeah. Well, they sent the first person that worked for them, I don't remember her name, but she came and said, hey, when is your next awards program? When are you rolling it out? How much is going to be? And, I gave her some very generic answers because it was from Story Monsters. I knew it. So I gave her just a little bit of information. Well, about a week later, I got another email from a woman by the name of Linda Radke. And I know that Linda Radke is the president of Story Monsters because I had a Zoom meeting with her a long time ago, when just before even looking at some marketing for Ella's Way. And she told me thousands of dollars to put an ad in their newspaper or whatever. And it came from Linda Radke. Hey, I was just wondering about your awards program, if you're going to do it again this year. So I'm like, hi, Linda, this is Sherry. Remember me? So they sent out two people, like Dave said, on a reconnaissance mission.
No, I guess I'm bringing that up because it wasn't just us, because we're obviously involved with it. It reached that. So when we do that again, all you folks, by promoting it and everything else and passing it on and saying, hey, you might want to consider this book award program and get it out there again. And, maybe she'll be, before we know it, maybe she'll be on anxiety medication. Who knows?
How many people, Sherry, how many people applied and did not receive the award?
I would say that there was probably only 20 to 25 books that didn't get anything at all. And there was a pretty significant reason why they didn't. I mean,
right.
And for the most part, if a book didn't pass, all the folks who are on the judging team, we kind of were asking, hey, can you take a look at this? Because I know Michelle wrote, and it's like she had read like 3 pretty bad ones all in a row. So she's like,
so bad. I was like, Sherry, I don't think this is right. Maybe I'm too harsh, but no, they were bad.
They were bad. We all agreed. And I literally read one and I handed Dave and like, what did I just read? I mean, I don't want to be gross, but I have to tell you about one. Do you want to tell them about the worst book in the whole batch?
No.
Dave? I'll answer your question. There's about 20 to 25. And then it was probably like a 60-40 split or 70-30 split between the gold award and the honorable mention. So, but the 20 that fell below were pretty bad, including which one was the one, Dave, that I said, oh my God, I can't even read the rest of this book. Do you remember that one?
Oh, it was called Nose Poop.
Yeah, right. I knew you were going to say that.
Literally, it got descriptive about nose junk and everything else, and I couldn't quite figure out what how this even came to be a book. I don't know, but it did.
It was basically how to handle the snot in your nose, and it was so disgusting that I'm like, I can't do it.
It didn't fit the Ella's Way.
No, I
don't.
Oh boy. But anyway, with that in mind, we'd like to do it again this year, and hopefully that book won't be resubmitted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a quick question. I've been in meetings. I've been driving. I'm home. I'm eating my dinner. I apologize for all the chaos, but I've really enjoyed all the banter and getting to know everybody. So that's been fun. Well, how much money did you generate based on the applications?
We came in about $4,000 total.
That's great.
That's huge.
Yeah,
So
huge.
as
so nice.
somebody who was a recipient of the award and a first-time author, I thought it was a great place to kind of showcase my book. It was great marketing for me. It was great marketing for you. So I think full steam ahead with the awards. I think it's such a, it especially was last year the first year you did it?
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
It was.
That's amazing. So yes, I mean, it's almost full steam ahead. You have to do it again because now the buzz from a marketing standpoint, the buzz is out there. People are wanting to know about it. They have the deadline in their, in their calendars. They know when the applications are going to go through. So I think it's a huge, it's a huge profit for everybody. Yeah. And it's a great way to generate marketing from, Ella's Way concept as well as all the authors.
Yeah. And the subgroup, I think, we had great, a really great framework for it, I think. And then the seals were nice, and the certificates, we walked through. Everybody just really appreciated getting them. So, and then we found some wonderful new authors, which we forgot to mention too.
That's right.
4 new authors.
Yeah, Meredith, I thought you might have been driving cross country. I didn't want to interrupt because I didn't know what was going on there.
I had a meeting for another board that I'm on, and then I was trying to get home because I didn't eat dinner. So now I'm trying to eat my dinner, and my kids are here somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they're here somewhere. It's one of those nights. One of those nights.
Well, that's all right. We appreciate the effort and being on. What Meredith was saying too is that it is great because what you can't really quantify because we don't.
You're going to tell me it happened again.
He froze again.
Yes, it froze again. And I've gotten disconnected twice.
Oh.
And I came back again, and now we're disconnected. Well, they're disconnected. I don't know. You can hear me. I can hear you. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Well, I guess I'm in the process of trying to write the website that you can cut and paste into your search bar to get to this Minty Kids.
That's awesome.
So I'm trying, and I keep having problems. I'll keep trying.
There's Dave.
Okay, there he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, you got booted off there for some reason.
Yeah, sorry guys. If that happens again, Sherry, just take over. Yeah, I'm relegated to this bedroom here.
I basically said you couldn't quantify how much it really meant to a lot of people to get an award, and
But also how many people didn't know about us. So then once they saw the award, it forced them to then look into Ella's Way and what we're all about and then what our mission is. And so you can't really tell how many people didn't now.
It happened again.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Sorry, he froze again.
It's just from my perspective, it's just huge from a marketing standpoint. It's a great way, it's a great platform to talk about Ella's Way, to talk about the mission, to talk about the other authors behind the scenes. And it's great for brand new authors who are writing books related to this theme because it's a great platform for them. I still have books. I don't have it on this, but I still have books that have the Ella's Way sticker. So I did a Barnes & Noble signing recently and I had all my stickers on my books. So now they're in Barnes & Noble with the Ella's Way sticker.
Wow.
Nice.
So it's a huge way to get your name out there. It's great for marketing. It's marketing 101.
Yeah, it worked out really well. And again, the framework was just so tight. I think, the subgroup did a wonderful job, and that I think we can just replicate it for next year with some minor tweaks. One thing I will say is that we need more volunteer readers for the next go around. We had a very simple scoring system and the reading went very fast. We sent PDFs out to the group, and in their own time you could just read, and we were hoping that people could do they're thinking 10 to 12 books, but it ended up going over that for 6 people to read like 120 books. Dave and I read a lot of books. We sat out on the porch one day and just kept reading and reading and reading. So hey Dave, if you want to come out here and sit.
Can you hear me now?
Right.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want?
I brought this up before I freeze up again. I had all the books I had to read. Then I had to read the ones that Sherry said, you have to read this. So I read like double.
You didn't read
Of course
double.
you did, Dave.
I wanted to make sure that I was scoring them fairly. So anyway, we're probably going to be looking at around 10 volunteers for this. So I'll be reaching out to folks to see if anybody doesn't. You can read at your own time. The books read very quickly. Would you agree with me? It was Ralph, Michelle.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
I personally would love to volunteer to participate because I think there's a lot of growth to learn too from other authors,
Mhm.
right? I mean, when you're
Mhm.
reading how their manuscript essentially and how they've kind of paired the illustrations to it, I think you grow so much as an author because you can see, gosh, this worked really well, this didn't work really well. So I think there's a lot to gain from doing that.
Concur. That's a great point.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think
And
what I
it
like
was a
to
simple
Yeah,
form
me.
to fill out. Like it wasn't like you had to type a whole bunch. It was just click, click, click. You could go through the reviews pretty fast.
Yeah, it was literally
Sure,
just
sure.
an online questionnaire, and it just, rating a book from like 1 to 5. I don't remember what the scoring system was exactly, but you just go through and click, click, click. And so the scoring went really fast too. So we did everything online. I would ask if the subgroup wouldn't mind that worked with us last year, if you guys wouldn't mind getting together with me sometime in April and just kind of evaluate the program and make sure that is there anything we want to change on the questionnaire? Is there anything we should clarify on the website? Is the price still good? Are the seals still good? One thing I do say about this gold seals, we put 2025 on them. And I have a lot of, not necessarily the gold ones, but the purple honorable mentions. I have a lot left. I over ordered on those. So those are just kind of a waste. So the question will be do we put a date on it, or we do it just like Story Monsters or Mother's Choice and just have it be an award without an exact date on it so that there isn't waste. We could use it.
Yeah. that's
Community.
probably
So it's
another
just
idea.
Yeah. So just think, but that's a learning thing. I think we didn't
Right.
know. And I've sold a lot of seals on the website after the program. People have written to me and ordered 100, 200 more seals. So the gold, I'm down to probably the last 20 or 30 seals, then those will be out of stock. So if I get new ones, if we did with no date, then I could just keep ordering them and it wouldn't matter. So just food for thought on that. But I'd like, if the subgroup wouldn't mind just getting together, what did it say? My vote is no date. Yes, Maggie, thanks. No date, I think probably makes a lot more sense. So, but it wouldn't have known that, until we got into it and started, working the program. But so that'll be coming, but I am shooting for like 10 volunteers on that. And we will work with new folks to go over the scoring system and everything. It's very, very easy to do. But that's just a little bit of participation and help us with a program that seemed to benefit a lot of people, including us last year.
Sherry, add me to the list. I'd be happy to review the books as well.
Okay.
If you could add me. Unfortunately, I have to leave right now. My wife tested for COVID. Just today. So she's next door. So I need to go and take care of things.
Good luck. Hope she feels better.
Yeah. Take care, Jeff.
Good luck.
All right.
It was great to see everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jeff.
All right.
Say goodbye as well. Thank you.
So I did get, okay, bye, Maggie. This is the other volunteers that I got. Kat Feltz, I just saw that one. Jeff, did I see Meredith? Did I see Lisa? Lisa's name down there? No, somebody's name.
Yes, I did too.
Again, I'm terrible at multitasking like this, but I'll send a note out to everybody. So, okay. Ralph?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
I'll pull the subgroup together and you guys can let me know if you want to join in again for next year or not. That's fine. You guys worked hard on this one. I mean, you built all the framework with me, so I'm really grateful for that. It worked really well. Good. Well, that's pretty much, again, that'll be coming out June 1st. And then we announced the awards on October 15th. I think they came out. So the period of time, but we started sending out the PDFs as soon as they started coming in. So there was a good period of time, to read the books. So it wasn't other than David me like spending a whole afternoon catching up on all of the extra ones. It doesn't take all that much time, and the books were some of them were just so much fun. I mean, Meredith, she came to us after that. I mean, it's been great meeting new authors.
I mean, we joked about the other one, but to Meredith's point, just seeing the different styles and the different the artistry, the how they compile it and how they put it together. I actually enjoyed seeing the different styles.
Oh, yeah, great books.
Yeah.
And I am sorry, no matter how you spin it, you can't make nose poop into a book. You just don't. No matter how you spin it.
and she's down there trying to eat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did say that too. I was eating my salad and I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some crazy titles, but that's
That's
that was out there. Any other major announcements from you guys? So we're coming up on the hour or half hour here.
I will say I just signed with my second book.
Yay!
So I
Congratulations.
am very excited. I've already submitted the manuscript, so it's in editing right now, but it's so interesting. And I'm not sure about the background of everyone else, but I've only published one children's book. I had no idea what I was doing when I was doing it. Now that I've published one, the second one is a little bit more exciting because I know what to expect. I know what to do. I know how, to follow through with the steps on how to make it a successful book. So it's been really exciting because I feel like I just have it together the second time around.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So you were more confident and then you can enjoy the process more.
Exactly. That's such a good point. Exactly. Yeah. I know to your point. Exactly. I know what to expect. I'm a little bit more confident. I know what I'm doing a little bit more. So I'm excited. I think I'm still 6 months out before, it comes to fruition where I actually have a hard copy, but at least it's in line with a similar theme as my first one. It's a 3-part series, and the ball's in motion. So that's exciting.
Good for you. Congratulations. We look
Thank
forward to
you.
seeing it. Good. Yeah. Anything else? Any other announcements?
I've also signed for my third book with Bushel and Pick publisher. I signed it in January, and it will come out next year sometime. We're not sure when. It's with the editor right now, so
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Awesome, Lisa.
Yeah. Well, I can say that I just finished writing a book while we were here on vacation. I'd started it before coming down, but it's based on one of the characters that was in my first book, Ella and the All-Stars. So it's about a trumpet fish named Jeffrey, and we wrote the story, finished it here, and hopefully we'll get the editing process going when we get back. So that'll be number 6, I think.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so number 6.
John and I are just kind of in our beginning stages, but we're working on a third book, and it's not a Hand'em book. So I had told you a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of animal story, and it kind of started from my mom. And she had a little story before she passed away. She had said it, and I was like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I think that sounds cool. So we're excited.
Good for you.
Yep.
Good. Well, lots of things going on out there. I know we had a pretty hefty agenda, as we always do. So the hour goes by pretty fast, but I do appreciate everybody coming. And we'll be heading back north. I said we're leaving here on March 31st, making our way back north again into the cold. Start wearing long pants again.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, but we do.
Hopefully it'll be a little warmer.
We do appreciate everybody's attendance, and participation. It does mean a lot. So we don't take your time for granted. So thanks. Good to see your faces. And I can tell you, I will not be in bed the next time I see you, I'm sure.
But I think I got all the names of volunteering, but I will get the information out to everybody, after the meeting, and setting up a subgroup meeting for the awards program, as well as getting volunteers in place for our 2026 program. So maybe Story Monsters will be back in touch. We never know.
All right, folks.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of your evening, and thanks again for coming.
Good to see your smiling faces. Take care.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.